What's going on, friends? James Nguyen here with the Alpha Red Comic Channel, coming at you with another Can You Draw? So what is the subject? Hopefully I put it in the title. Can you draw Geiger? So I'm excited for this one. I was not a purchaser of the Geiger comic. I had heard great things about Geiger. I had my reservations about the artwork just because I've seen some stuff that Gary Frank does. He did some Superman stuff, and it's all very good, very clean, very professional, just not my taste. And then Geiger, and then Geiger. So I opened up the thing, and I maybe am a fan now. I can't believe it's the same guy. There's still some hangups for me as far as some of his art style, but we'll get into it as we open the book, as I draw on the cover, and this is a commission from Benny, brother Benny. If you've ever watched the draw stream on Sundays, you'll recognize that Benny chimes in on the chat. So he commissioned me to do this Geiger, and so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it as a Can you draw Geiger? So we're gonna bring Benny on. Let's see if I can do it without kicking him off. But brother Benny is in the house. How are you?
Oh, very good, James. How are you?
Very good, very good. So happy that you introduced me to this comic book. It's a banger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I ended up getting into it because I'm a big Valiant guy,
yeah.
And Danny Ward, she worked for Valiant, like selling, like I'm not exactly sure what that title is, but then she ended up working for Ghost Machine.
Yeah.
And then she'd post all this cool stuff, and I'm like, I can't get anything else. My polls are too much. I have too much. But then like she'd keep posting more stuff, and I had to get in, and it was I started with Red Coat, and then got Geiger too, because they're in the same universe.
For sure. So do you know how connected the Ghost Machine universe is? Is it Geiger and Red Coat and Rook are all connected?
Oh, so there's the unnamed universe. Is Geiger and Red Coat and another, they had a miniseries, Junkyard Joe.
Okay.
That's in, and then I believe this either late summer or early fall, there's going to be another one connected called First Ghost.
Okay.
So those all take place in the same universe. And then Rook currently is in its own universe. Okay. And then there's another universe with Hyde Street, which I haven't read that either. But it's Jeff Jones writing, and it's like a horror book. And then there's Family Odysseys. So they have Hornsby and Halo and the Rockefellers. So those are more like all ages books, but those are in their own universe too.
Okay. So Rook is the outlier. It seems it doesn't connect to
Rook Exodus. Yeah, it's the only series that is in its own universe. And there should be more issues coming out. I think again, either late summer or early fall.
Yeah. No, I'm chomping at the bit because it's one of my favorites. But
I kept saying, "Oh, I'm only going to get the unnamed." So I was only going to get, Red Coat and Geiger, and then the art. I saw, okay. Yeah. And then I trade, so I'll probably be reading that too.
Yeah. So I was picking up a series by Daniel Warren Johnson called "The Moon Is Following Us."
And finish that up myself.
Yep. So that's finished. So I have room for another one. So I can start picking up another.
You do that. I just go like, I'll just add that on. Yeah. And then eventually, wait, how many are coming out next month?
For sure. That's how I do it too. But I'm convincing myself that because The Moon Is Following Us has ended with issue number 10, that I can justify picking up a Geiger or a Red Coat or something. So. All right.
Well, at least with Machine, they have that the thick cover, and
so do you like that? Do you like that quality?
Yeah. So the quality's there, the art and storytelling. It's really, I pick up, something from IDW or something. No shade too much, but like it feels so floppy, and then a Ghost Machine book. Oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah. So at first, I didn't know if I would like it or not. So I thought it was like too different from the normal comics that I typically pick up.
Hmm.
So uh, it was like a wait and see. Like, are they trying too hard? Could you make it a little cheaper, and not do the card stock? And
Hmm.
but I've come to appreciate it. I appreciate the heavier stock.
Oh yeah. So
And
you've only read that issue that you are currently working on, right?
what's that?
Oh, so from Geiger, you've only read that one issue, right?
Just this one issue, but it's so good. It feels like a movie. It feels so cinematic. Like I was saying yesterday. Was it yesterday? The other day, Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday. We're recording this, so I'll play it on next Thursday at 8. But yeah, just how cinematic it feels is what got me. Just like even this.
And that issue one starts. Before that, there was a 6 issue mini of Geiger that was out, I think maybe in 2022.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
then,
this is like a follow-up, a sequel?
well, at the time, that original Geiger 6 issue series, that was before Ghost Machine was a thing, and it
Okay.
was under Mad Ghost.
That
And
goes. Okay.
then I think Jeff Johns decided like he wanted to kind of open it up to more creators,
Right?
and then that's how it went from Mad Ghost to Ghost Machine, and they wanted to sort of start the 3 main books, Geiger, Redcoat, and Rook, all at the same number 1. So then they
Okay.
sort of not it's not rebooted. Actually, in I want to say what's it Geiger 14, I think, just came out. It
Yeah.
calls back characters that were in that first original series.
Okay.
So it still takes place, they're not retconning anything, but
Yeah, yeah, but it's like a sequel. A
yeah.
sequel
So yeah,
series.
that's definitely, you know, you don't need to have read that for
Yeah.
the first 6 issues, but yeah, if you do, it's a good read too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to read anything. It looked like it felt like they were introducing the world um in a good enough way that I was able to enjoy the the story of this issue. So, yeah, kudos to them. No, it was definitely a good read. And if they have a trade paperback, I don't know. Do you know if they have a trade paperback for?
For Geiger, I want to say the 3rd volume just came out. So I
Okay.
think the first volume collects those first 6 issues from the first series, and then
Okay.
I think the second one collects like you know the one that you are working on now, 1, 2, something, I don't know, and then the one that just came out, there was like a 2 issue sort of prequel called Ground Zero. I think those were in there. So yeah, I believe that they're up to 3 volumes now
Hmm.
in trade.
So you're saying that first series is just as good as this new
Oh yeah,
continuation?
yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Okay. No, I will have to pick it up in the trades because it was good. We just don't have comics this good anymore. It feels like
Oh yeah.
so. No, this I love the design of him. Um, it's just so simple, where you kind of have to really know your anatomy to make it look cool because you don't get to do a lot of the shading and stuff like you would in a normal
Oh yeah.
image.
Nowhere for it to hide.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta know your stuff. So, but it was just the contrast, just the colors, just everything. The look of it is just very very cool. And for him to go from it feels like a western, and then all of a sudden it has atomic stuff, and then you got a guy who's running around in a knight's armor.
Yeah, Nate the Nuclear Knight.
Yeah, yeah. So did he name himself that, or did Geiger Just
Actually, I think so. From the first series, that first 6 issues, Nate was in there, but before he became good. So, like, this isn't a huge spoiler, but like you could see Nate, he has some damage to his face. I believe
yeah.
Geiger is the one who inflicted that damage on him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Nuclear Knights, they in Las Vegas, they have different casinos with people
Hmm.
that are in charge, and then one of the casinos had like a night theme to it, so that's
Hmm.
sort of like the henchmen, the Nuclear Knights.
Yeah. Okay.
So So yeah, Nate was a defected nuclear knight who ends up turning good.
Okay. No, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was turning from his life of crime, life of bullying and gang, whatever was going on in Las Vegas. So it was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But this is how you discover cool stuff, right? We don't have Wizard magazines anymore.
Hmm.
And Wizard magazine, you know, I don't know what you used to think of them, but I thought that that was just like the industry standard. Everybody just, um, they were just reporting what everybody liked. But the way that Rob Liefeld talks about it, they were picking winners and losers, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
never saw it that way.
I've been reading comics about 15 years, so I haven't. I didn't grow up with them, so
Okay.
I'm very interested though in the the lore and the 90s. Oh, it must have been great. A great time before the crash and everything. And,
Yeah. I mean, to go
but,
through it, and I used to want to be a comic book artist, obviously, based on those guys and their experience and just being a part of the magazine. And it's that celebrity culture of um, the image guys, the image founders. And
oh
I don't
yeah.
know how what you think of them and what their reputation is now if you didn't grow up with the 90s comics. So what do you think of um, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen like a few documentaries and YouTube videos and stuff about it.
Okay.
Um, and like I've listened to Robservations a few times.
Yeah.
Um, like I don't know. It seems like Rob Liefeld gets a lot of hate, and like look at his he can't draw feet. So, I don't know. I can draw feet. I can't draw. I can't draw a bath.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He seems very positive.
Hmm.
Obviously, if he's still involved in the
Yeah.
industry,
Yeah.
like he doesn't need to be. Like he could be on an island. He could be,
Sure.
he could kick up his heels. So the
Yeah.
fact that he still cares and
Hmm.
you know even just to have a podcast about comics and like he's
Yeah.
still putting things out, like he obviously has passion for it. So
Yeah.
anybody that cares that much about comics, I have respect for.
Yeah. No, he was huge at the time, and the hate that he gets is partly just jealousy. You know, there's a lot of people who say that they can draw better than him, and but they don't have the history to prove it. You know, the success he measures in books sold and dollars made, and nobody has quite the receipts that he has for the success. You know, he
Oh
has the
yeah.
second highest um, selling comic book in history. Still holds with X Force #1. Jim Lee has that was like 5 point some million, 5.2, 5.3 million. And Jim Lee, I don't know if you know who Jim Lee is?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he was the other one. He was really my guy. You know, I preferred
Mhm.
Jim Lee over Rob Liefeld, but Jim Lee, I mean, that's why I'm all into the Hush stuff because
Oh
I
yeah.
love the first run on Hush, and So I found Jim Lee on X-Men, and they went over and they created Image, and I just followed them over there. I just need to see what the
Oh,
details here on this. On this, sometimes I forget, like, my reference is right in the book that I'm drawing on. I'm like, I wish I had another picture of this. And I go, duh.
well, I
So
appreciate that you read through it and really wanted to think about it, and instead of
yeah,
just slapping something on there.
yeah, no, it's. I mean, it came with a good reputation anyway, but
Mm.
it's also, I have the time to do it right when I do it at home. When I offer sketches at conventions, it's whoever walks up, they ask me for whatever, and then I just have to pull one out, you know, and I don't, even if it's a character that I'm not familiar with, I have to get the feel of that character from the images that I find online if I'm not familiar with them at all. And then I just have to hope that they like what I do with that. But with this, I had it in hand. I flipped through it, really liked the artwork, so it was easy for me to say, you know what, I want to do this right. Same thing with Redcoat and Rook. Well, Rook, I already know that it's a banger, so I'm excited to draw that. I've never drawn it,
Oh
so
yeah, the detail on all that, even just the
that,
masks.
yeah, that is
That's one.
crazy. That is crazy. It is kind of maddening, and I mean, I understand why it takes Jason Fabok so long to do it, but
Yeah, well, because I was thinking, I don't want to get into Rook too, but I I like that they're sticking with just one artist and
yeah,
giving him like, oh, in that case, I could
yeah,
keep up with Rook because there's that won't be coming out every month. Uh, just to grab another book.
right, right, right. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, that's something. So Geiger does have fill-in artists, doesn't it?
There have yeah. Oh, what was his
Okay.
name? Penetieri, I think. I think for 2 issues, I think they have had a fill-in artist.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a Western comic thing. I guess
Mhm.
I'm trying to do some research on manga, and manga is a little bit different in that they uh, they do it. The creator draws it and writes it, and so there's never any fill-in artist. There's never
Mm.
any kind of fill-in writer or artist. That they just take it a little bit more seriously over there.
Oh yeah. Well, like Usagi Yojimbo with Stan Sakai.
Yeah, yeah,
That's oof. I I can't believe he's still doing it. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yep.
Just
I mean, that's the dedication that they have over there. I don't know. Is he an American? Stan
he
Sakai,
he is, I
Japanese guy?
believe. I think he was either from Hawaii or lives in Hawaii,
Okay,
but I believe he is a citizen. I believe so.
okay. So, do you pick up Yusaka Yujimbo?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's where I went to my LCS and they had like the big thick saga volumes where it's
yeah.
like 5 inches of comics for like $20, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. You know, Can't possibly be that much, and then come to find out there's like 10 other volumes. Of, oh no, what? Good. So I had to track all those down, and but
That-
so
but
I
that's
chipped
the
away at
fun.
the very beginning, and then I picked up started getting the monthly books, And so I still have, about 35 years in the middle of unread Usagi, but I've got it ready. That's
Okay.
my retirement plan, is to actually read all these books that I have been purchasing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
every once in a while, the wife will say, "Oh, have you read everything that you bought yet?" I say, "Oh, well, I'm working. I'm working on it."
That's not part of the plan, honey. That's not part of
No,
the plan.
well, you gotta say, you gotta get it before it's out of print, because then if it's
Yeah.
out of print, then you're, I'd be a fool not to get it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. No, the only thing I know about Usagi Yojimbo, other than Stan Sakai and his um, reputation, was from the Ninja Turtles.
Oh
You know,
yeah, yep.
yeah. I guess he crossed over with the Ninja Turtles at some point. That's how I became familiar with them.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, yep. There was, yep, in the comics. And then yeah, he was on the old '80s cartoon show, and I think
oh,
on
really?
some of the.
He made
Oh
it to the
yeah, yep.
cartoon show, even. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, they had an action figure from the original Turtles line, and then I think
Okay.
there was another. Oh, do I even? Oh, let me see if I can grab it. I got I got one right here from I think it was what, like 2012, a Turtles line. So yeah, this is an Usagi figure from a Turtles line.
Let's see. Let's see if I can do this here. Whoop.
So yeah, so there he is there.
Store a toy line.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Did you get it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Is that better? Is that better, or is this better? Down here, over here. Does that matter? I think you can see more of
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, I feel like I'm at the eye doctor's now.
it.
I got to
Just
get back to the eye doctor. It was, I think, pre-COVID. I go, oh yeah, I haven't had an eye exam in a few years now.
yeah. No, I just finally got glasses. I'm starting my downward spiral. It seems I passed 50, and I was like, "Wow, things are blurrier."
But you look good. I didn't realize you had passed 50.
Oh
You
yeah,
look
yeah. Just this year. So I'm 50 now.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm what, 41. There we go.
Okay. Very cool.
So,
How many kids you have? You have just a daughter?
oh no, 5 kids. Oh
That's
yeah,
right. That's right. I've seen your Facebook stuff. You're surrounded.
yeah.
You're surrounded.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So yeah, she's the oldest at 12. Michael's 10. Evie is 6, and then Jack and Vinny, the twins, are 4.
Nice. Twins. Are they identical or fraternal? I don't
They
remember.
are not identical, thankfully.
They
Oh
always have to
yeah.
be fun.
Well, I don't know. I'd be worried. I think if they were too identical, but no, they're definitely very. They looked, they both have blonde hair, but one's straight haired and one's curly haired.
Oh,
But they're
nice.
very, very different,
Okay.
which is very cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, the pen's full though. We're done. We're done. So
That's
at least I'm a wink.
famous last words, brother Benny. Famous last
Well,
words.
I've got the scars to prove it. I'm definitely
Okay.
done.
Okay.
I'm
We had some family members who said they were done, and they were done at 2, and now they have 5, and then the other ones were done at 3. They have 6, and
There
it
you
wasn't
go.
until
I
they
know.
pulled the
Yeah,
plug and
maybe
made it
someday,
all
maybe
really.
acting or something. But yeah, if it was up to her, we'd have 15 kids running around. But we just started a little too late.
Yeah. No, we would have had more if we thought about it. I mean, we were in the thick of it when we made the decision to be done,
Yeah,
and now we regret. We have 3. We have 3, so we would have wanted more, I think.
yeah. Well, we lucked out with the twins at the end too, because
Yeah.
we wanted 5. Oh no, well we'll both be too old to have another set, or another one. Oh, there we go.
Funny, funny, funny.
And it's good. It's a good age range too, because then like Addie's very helpful with the kids.
Yeah, it's good to have the oldest one is the daughter. My daughter is like she was a second mom for a
Oh,
while.
she really is. Yeah, I think the boys listen to her more than they will
Oh yeah,
us.
they have horror stories when she was in charge for babysitting and stuff. They preferred when mom and dad were home, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah, they never got away with anything when she was in charge. No, she's my artist too. She's the only one really who I mean, my I got let me see if it's within.
I was gonna say, yeah, you posted, what was it, like a watercolor that she did?
Yeah, yeah, that's right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
I showed my daughter too. Is I said, oh yeah,
Yeah. So that's my daughter's thing. And so my son also draws, but he just likes funny stuff. You know, it's Happy Father's Day. And there's a there's an illustration that my wife likes to use. Like if I start feeling not well, I go, "Oh, I'm not feeling good." She goes, I'll put you in a wheelchair and I'm going to push you up to the reservoir and push you down. And if you get out of the wheelchair, then you're fine. And I was like, "What happens if I die at the bottom?" Then I was telling the truth. I was like, "Oh, okay." So he comes up with these.
too. There you go.
Yeah, and then if I didn't die, if I didn't die. So
There you go.
that's my son.
Very good.
Yeah. So do you share your comics with the kids? Are they old enough?
A little bit, yeah. I sort of, I didn't want to. It's the one thing where it's like, do you want to infect them with the disease of I'm gonna now spend
Uh-huh.
every penny I have on comics?
Uh-huh.
What
Uh-huh.
I said is, you guys don't buy comics. You can just read my comics, and
Yeah.
then I kind of feel like, oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a
But
family
yeah,
thing. I'll put
she's
it.
dabbled in a few things. My son Michael, like, I had like Super Dinosaur from Robert Kirkman. I thought, oh
Yeah.
yeah, he'll like that. Like, he just doesn't slow down. Like, he wants to be out running around, and
Yeah.
he.
Yeah.
I think by the time he gets in bed to read, he falls asleep before his head hits the pillow. So
Yeah.
he he won't slow down long enough to sit and read something. He wants
Yeah.
to
No.
going,
That's
and or if it's Lego, if he's putting something together, he'll do that all day
yeah. Oh, that's good. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Because it's a radioactive thing, right? So
long.
it
Oh
kind
yeah.
of goes like this, but there's like a trick to it. And then you go boop, and then if you color just three of them, there you go. Then you get the. All right, I feel better now.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking great. Yeah, I've looked at a few commissions that people have gotten of Geiger, and a lot of them are just like, the skull thing, and
Oh, come on.
I know, no. So this is, yeah, it's definitely a pose that I don't believe I have seen, but it looks, I can picture this
Yeah.
in the book. So no, it's looking great
No.
so far.
So maybe he has yeah, so his mouth opens like this is just so good. I was like
Oh yeah.
when I opened the thing and it was right here, I was like, okay, Gary Frank has upped his game. And when I saw it in the thing in the comic here, it was just magic. It was so good.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, it's not too big of a spoiler, but
yeah.
in a few more issues, there's the glowing woman too.
Oh, was she the
Seeing,
one that they were talking about? That the Nate the
yeah,
nuclear
so
Knight
they
was talking
go
about?
on quest to find her,
Yeah.
and yeah, same thing where it's like, the anatomy, and it's not cheesecakey kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like, same thing you said, like, you really need to know your anatomy for it to
Yeah.
be done well.
Yep.
And like, she looks like a real woman, and
Mhm.
not completely 90s out of proportion. And uh,
So I was listening to Robservations, and he was saying that him and like most of the artists that I liked in the 90s were really influenced by Arthur
Okay.
Adams. Do you know who
Mhm.
that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I don't remember liking his stuff that much. I mean, I do. There are a couple of images that I really like that are like kind of iconic, but I guess um, he was really slow, so he didn't have as much
Ah,
out there as the 90s guys, the image artists. So that's maybe why um, I, I'm not a huge fan, but like I'm a big fan of Joe Madureira, and he said that he is influenced by Art Adams, and I guess I can see it when he describes the proportions, the disproportionate proportions.
mhm.
So that is where it's a shorter torso, longer legs, and everything's a little bit more cartoony. And he said that Jim Lee was also influenced by him. And as I look behind me here, I don't know if you can see if I pull it up here. This
Yep.
is
Yep.
Jim.
Oh,
So
that. Yep.
yeah, I was looking at some of these proportions over here, and this definitely looks like a an Arthur Adams
Oh,
storm.
yep. I can see it.
So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that I never noticed that until Rob Liefeld just kind of gushed over how much all of them just sat around and talked about what a great job Art Adams was doing. I was like, really?
So when you're reading a comic,
Mm-hmm.
do you do you read it more as an artist, or can you like detach? Because like I was watching the other video you were going over and talking about the TMNT #1 and saying like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, here's all the 3D assets and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I go,
Yeah.
oh geez, like it didn't even occur to me because I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh wow, oh, there's a turtle in there. I like that. So and then I go, oh no, it must be it must be terrible to like notice some
Yeah.
of the things, just does it just
Sometimes,
pull you right out, or can you detach sometimes and work through it, or
sometimes it depends on how into the story I am. So going into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot, it was coming off some pretty bad reputation
Mhm.
uh, with just the reason for it being rebooted was because the numbers were shrinking.
Yeah.
So it was not. There was a lot of woke elements and stuff that I was kind of on the lookout for, and I didn't see any of that in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, the reboot.
Yeah.
But I think at the time, the reason why I noticed it was that people were calling out Eric July's artist who did ISOM and how many 3D assets he
Mhm.
was using. And so I was kind of on the lookout, and independent creators are more guilty of using 3D assets. Although apparently the mainstream guys just retrace stuff. So they have their own ways of speeding up their process or working a little less hard. But so it comes down to uh, how my mindset going into it. So I was already like um, not giving it a fair shake, I want to say.
Mhm.
So I can typically go into a comic and enjoy it for the story, unless the art takes me out, even if the art isn't like fantastic. So yeah, I do notice, but it's I chalk a lot of stuff up to style. So I give I give a lot of guys some grace. You still with me, Benny?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
no. Sorry. Yeah. I'm forgetting I'm supposed to be talking to.
No. You don't have to. You didn't have to. You weren't. You look frozen there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll at least start twitching at least just to sound
I,
alive.
I
But
didn't know if I had
I
lost
was.
you.
You know what? I was going to come up with like a list of topics just to make sure I had something to
Oh
say.
yeah.
You said, "Oh yeah, it
No,
does."
no, no.
Oh, you know. Oh, how about here? I'll ask you this one. Is there anything that you don't like to draw? Like I've heard some artists, like if there's a book with kids in it, they don't want to draw children, like the proportions, or like oh they don't want to do a western because they don't want to draw horses, or like is there something where it's like you either don't like to draw or you don't feel confident drawing? What do you think?
Uh, I I've not encountered it. Um, you know, if there's lots of animals or whatever, I imagine I would just do some research.
Mhm.
I mean, we live in the best, easiest age to do drawings because I can simply go to Google and I can pull up some great references where I used to have books of references. I still come across some of my old references. And I'm like, why am I holding on to this? I have a smartphone. I just pull it up and off I go. But no, I don't think there's anything that I'm afraid of. I mean, if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would have probably said maybe Transformers was not was something that I wouldn't want to draw just because of all the angles. Everything is perspective. Perspective is one of the harder things to get in drawing. Buildings, whatever. Rooms. Just everything's all squared away, and the perspective changes. And a lot of people don't like that, and I can see why. But I like the Skybound, um, the Skybound Transformers so much that I can kind of see how they're doing it. They're really just drawing normal people, and then they're kind of
Yeah.
making them square.
Yeah, it's a big departure from the
Yeah.
IDW stuff. It was a lot more like really detailed and
Uh huh.
very robotic, and you
Uh
know,
huh.
I really liked those books. And then when I get to the Skybound stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't know, let me
Uh
see.
huh.
But I
I
like
felt
do
I
it.
felt the same way. I felt the same way. Everybody was recommending it. This uh, Transformers #1 is just incredible. And then I picked it up while I was at the comic shop, and I was like, "Have you seen the art?
Yeah.
Have you seen the art?" And it wasn't until I actually picked it up, read it, I was like, you know what? It fits the story. I'm really kind of digging the pacing of it and just the differences. Just like open to it being different, and
Oh,
it just
this is
allows me
definitely
to.
making it in. We'll have to replay that part where we're the kid. Oh, everybody's coming. All 7 deckers. Oh, I was gonna tell. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, oh yeah, that part where you said about how kind she was for letting me have the art on the wall. I'm gonna go back to that part of the video and just play it
Yeah.
really well.
Yep. Does she come in and peek?
Oh no, well she just came in. She said, "Hey, can I come in and get my shoes?" I go,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah,
go on."
yeah, yeah,
But then the whole parade came in too with her.
yeah. No, they can watch next Thursdays is when we'll post it, and we can be in the chat. I don't know if you've been in the chat for these can you draw segments.
No, I when you asked about, and I go, oh yeah, oh that sounds great, and I was like, oh, I don't think I saw one of those before. I went right
And then
afterwards and watched some of it. And I go, oh, okay, well that sounds good.
yeah, no, it doesn't have to be on Thursday. It can be whatever day that you can be on, that we can be on, and so we can sit in the chat. And if anybody wants to chime in on what we're talking about now, we're just available for them to chit chat.
Sounds good.
So you let me know if Thursday is a good day. Thursday at 8 is a good day for you.
I think so. Yeah,
If not,
next next week's the last week of school for me.
Okay.
I'm a teacher,
What do you
so
teach?
preschool.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
I,
yep. So our preschool graduation is tomorrow.
okay.
So good thing we aren't recording then. I'll have all my blushing from crying. Oh, my babies are gonna graduate. But so yep. So we got that, and then kids Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Wednesday's the last day for kids, and then teachers have Thursday, Friday to go in.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
I'm at the school where I am now. I want to say this is my third year, but I've been teaching pre-K for what, 10 years now?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. How'd you get into that?
Oh, well, I used to work uh, at a school for kids with pretty significant disabilities,
Hmm.
and met somebody there. And then, eventually, I left that job, went to a different job. Oh, I need another job. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't know where I'm going to go. And then
Uh-huh.
she was working at a preschool and said, "Oh, yeah, we're looking for people there." And I go, "Oh, well, I guess I don't know, I'll try that out." And
Yeah.
man, it was the perfect fit. I had no idea that was exactly what I wanted to do. And
Yeah. That's awesome.
ever since.
Yeah. No, God knows. God knows.
Oh, no, that's. I was telling my daughter, yeah, we were, I said, oh, and I had this job, and then that's where I met this person, who then, 3 years later, it turns out that put me right on the right path, and
Uh-huh.
God does work in very glorious ways.
Yeah. I was helping out at my youth group at a previous church in Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
and that was one of the first questions they wanted to know how old I was. I said, "Ask me anything. I'm an open book. Whatever you want to talk about." He said, "Well, how old are you?" And I think I was like 36 or 38 at the time. Like, "Oh wow, you're old." Like, just wait until you turn 50, then you're old.
Yeah.
Then you're old. Um, like, oh, okay. So what do you do? And at the time, I was working for a trucking company, and I had a position called OS&D. So it was overages, shortages, and damages.
Mhm.
And it's really glorified customer service because we
Oh,
lose stuff and we break stuff. And that's how things become over or short or damaged. And so it was my job to call people up and tell them that we don't know where their freight is. We lost your stuff, or we broke your stuff, or whatever. And so they said, "Well, when did you know that you wanted to do that?" I was like, "Nobody wants to do this job. This is the worst job ever. This is for the people that couldn't run fast enough."
yeah, yeah. Telling people bad news,
Yeah.
really? It's not a dream job?
I was like, "I know that they tell you that you're going to be chasing your dreams in school, but in real life, you just want to pay the bills. You want to have a family. You want to, those are the dreams. Those are the dreams that you didn't realize that you had until
Oh,
you
yeah.
you start on that path and you go, you know what? I'll stay here and work this dead end job so that my wife stays home with the kids. So
Very nice. Very nice.
yeah, super duper. Um, I mean, this was before people started homeschooling. We didn't know hardly anybody else who homeschooled. So now it's kind of trendy.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely considered it, and I think she wants to transition to, like, she has her own business, and she raises rabbits.
Oh,
So that
okay.
so I think it gives me a lot of grace with buying comics because she's got a barn of 200 rabbits. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of rabbits.
yeah. Oh yeah, she goes all over the country showing rabbits, and but she has her own business now, like making dog treats out of rabbit meat, and she'll tan the hides. And
Wow.
yeah, oh
That's
yeah, oh,
awesome.
yep. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
But if the zombies ever show up, we're gonna be okay. She can, She can clean it and skin it and get it on the table and all that stuff.
Yeah, if she wants some information on it, my wife does a podcast about homeschooling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's called the Little by Little Homeschool.
Oh, okay.
The Little
Yeah,
by Little Homeschool.
I think she likes the idea of it. She might want to homeschool somebody else's kids. I think I don't know if she's going to homeschool our kids. I think
That's hilarious. No,
she gets.
that's not,
She's a wonderful mom, and she loves them dearly.
oh, for sure, for sure. There's no.
But I think she needs that time. Oh yeah, you go to school. You go. I'll be excited to see you when you come back in several hours. But yeah, I get to be home with them all summer, so I don't get sick of them too terribly. But
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, it's hard having off for the summer because then it's, oh, I'm gonna get all this stuff done, and then you get to September and go, oh, I didn't get any of that done.
Now, what do you what's your summer? When is your summer?
Oh, yep. So I have just this. So tomorrow and then next week, and then I'll be off until early September.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not
But
used to the New York
mhm.
school schedule. I mean, when I went to Catholic school all my life, but we pretty much followed the public school um, schedule. But we would be done sometimes at the end of May, and we would go until maybe the last week of August is when we went back.
Yeah, I talked to a friend of mine down south, and he was surprised with our schedule, and I had no idea that it just was, oh, everybody doesn't just go back in September and done in June. Like, oh yeah, there is quite a bit of fluctuation.
Yeah, especially my senior year, we were done. I think May 20th.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how that all works out. All of a sudden, you're a senior in high school, and you have like, I don't know, 14 less days or something. But we had snow days in Pennsylvania, and if the snow days weren't used, you just got out sooner.
Yeah, they'll if you don't use them all, they'll like either tack on or like an extra day at Memorial Day or
Oh
uh,
yeah,
something here or there. But yeah, they're
they
so stingy though. With snow
they
day,
don't
I'm
take
like
it off at the end.
snow days. Like
Yeah.
let's use them while the snow is there. Days in June when there's no snow on the road and the commute's easy. But
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're almost done here.
yeah, oh, I know I gotta get a closer look here. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very good, very good.
So this is awesome. I appreciate you introducing me to give me a reason to get into yet another good comic. So I actually even dropped Amazing Spider-Man because I was getting excited about a reboot with Joe Kelly
Okay.
on it because he was the writer who introduced me to Deadpool, and Deadpool was one of my favorite characters for a long, long time. And the Deadpool in the comics was fun, funny, and not as foul mouthed,
Okay.
as his depiction in the movies. And so, but that was all Joe Kelly, kind of making him that way. When Rob Liefeld created him, he was a little bit more serious. I mean, he was a little snarky, bit of a jerk, but he was never as witty, I don't think. But
Yeah, I try to avoid Marvel and DC. Just mostly stick to indies.
Yeah,
It seems there's too much heartbreak with Marvel and DC for me.
absolutely,
The
absolutely.
guys on YouTube and oh no, but
Yeah. So finding good comics is just part of the hunt right now. That's part of the hunt. All right. All right, Benny. What do you think?
I think she looks good.
All right.
Looking very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give it some energy lines here to make it look like he's just kind of coming at you. Got like the more flecks of stuff. I don't even know what it does, but it just gives your eye something else to look at, and it makes it look better and more professional or something. But you got to be careful that you don't do it so much that it starts to form a pattern.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'd be like, oh, I put 3 over here on that foot, so then I get 3. Oh no, now it's oh no. Yeah.
Yep. So you gotta. What I do is I continually spin it, and then I'll give it little triangles, little rectangles, and then hopefully I don't overdo it. But all right, sir. Well,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna.
know. I've definitely learned a lot about art just from listening. You talk about oh, the angle at the lighting and this thing.
Yeah,
Oh, like
yeah,
I know that I like comic book art, but it's like, oh, I guess that this is why I like it. Oh yeah,
yeah. And the better
yeah,
people do it. So we like our visually. We like dramatic lighting is one thing that we definitely like, and we know it when we see it. It's hard to describe, but we know good anatomy, we know bad anatomy, uh, we know what a face looks like. We know what a hand is supposed to look like, and if it looks flat or if it's not drawn just right, um, there's a range that we will allow because it is a comic and we do like it a little bit more cartoony, or we like it like really uh, photorealistic, but with a lot of contrast, with really strong lights, and so when we see it, we know it, we like it, we buy it, and if it's not being done, then we'll pass. You know,
yeah, yeah.
something better will come along. But yeah, I'm just gonna look at this for a little bit. When I send it off, it might look just a hair different, just
Okay.
as I look through it and I go, man, let me fix this or let me fix that. Let me see if I can do it, get it a little bit closer to what it looks like on the inside of the thing. But really, I appreciate you supporting me. I mean, you commissioning me supports the channel and supports future Alpha Red. So it all goes to a good place. Good place.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the care and the detail that you put in there.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, so I'm just gonna shut everything down, and then I got a long outro, so you don't have to stick around. I don't know if you want to stick around to till the outro, but I do want to play the outro because it still talks about the campaign, and I
Oh yeah.
want people to go to the campaign and support Alpha Red. It did tick up a little bit today because I started promoting it again, so I'll be
Very
promoting it heavily for the next 2 weeks, week and a half, actually two
cool.
weeks because I think I
Take it.
will.
If you post my video, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's did you post a video? Or you mean
Oh,
this one?
no, just when you post this one, then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're gonna start losing
No,
subscribers.
no,
Like,
no,
oh,
no, no. No, 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 no. People are gonna
I-
love Geiger and they're gonna look at it and they go, okay, now that I'm gonna buy Geiger because Geiger sounds like a cool comic, and then I want to get a comic by the guy who drew this sketch. So that's the whole idea.
well,
So
good.
yeah. I appreciate it. I thank you so much, Benny. Thank you for commissioning me to do this and hanging out with me on a random Thursday night. So
Well, the
until
pleasure is all mine, James. Thank you.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So until Sunday, I'm sure I'll have something on Sunday. But
Very good.
until Sunday,
Oh, you
I'll
you,
see
you want to tease it a little? I guess it'll already happen by then, but you can tell me.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I make up stuff because I do reserve the right to change things. So like
Okay.
I do have an idea, but
Okay.
if something pops up that is a little bit more newsworthy, I try to use that as a way to attract people who are looking for whatever's hot. If it's Superman, if people are still talking about Superman or Fantastic Four or whatever, I'll gravitate towards that. I mean,
Play.
I'll confess that I just bought my Superman tickets this afternoon, so I am going to see Superman on the 10th.
Ah, very good, very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't get out of the house for a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I get it. There were seasons that I
Yeah,
couldn't, but I don't know what it is about the Superman movie. It's got me. It's got me. I'm so curious, and I don't want anybody to tell me whether it's good or not. I want to be
good.
able to watch it and form my own opinion. So,
Yeah,
all right, Benny. Thank you for hanging out. Until next time, everybody. Grace and peace. We are out. Welcome to Alpha Red number 7, The Monster Within. In this issue, an ancient evil has risen, unleashed by a rogue treasure hunter on her latest heist. Now, this powerful executioner walks the earth once more, and only Alpha Red stands between the fallen angel and the annihilation of the other kingdom warriors. As Wingman is haunted by cryptic visions of his forgotten past, he squares off with the Searcher and her celestial enforcer Zadkiel. What dark secrets link the sacred relics to Wingman's dreams? And can Alpha Red stop this vengeful angel before it's too late? Brace yourself for pulse-pounding action, shocking revelations, and supernatural suspense in Alpha Red number 7, a high-octane thrill ride you won't want to miss. This issue can be enjoyed on its own, but there will be tiers where you can pick up the first 6 issues of Alpha Red. If you're new to Alpha Red, it can be summarized like this. In a world unraveling from the inside, Alpha Red emerges as a bold new hero in a time of darkness. Calvin Wes Wesley was just a blue-collar worker until the Kingdom, a secret organization powered by ancient spiritual technology, chose him to be their new champion. With superhuman strength, speed, and wisdom now flowing through him, Wes is thrust into the battle that reaches beyond the physical world into the realm of eternal souls. The enemy, Satan himself, cast into human form, walking among us, immortal, plotting a global apocalypse after being betrayed by his right-hand demon. His identity is hidden, his influence is growing, and only Alpha Red stands between us and damnation. This isn't just a comic, it's a spiritual war dressed in superhero skin. A gripping, high-stakes saga where every punch is powered by purpose and every page crackles with righteous intensity. Created by artist and writer James Q. Nguyen, Alpha Red fuses pulse-pounding action with themes of faith, redemption, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. With stunning artwork and a cinematic story arc built for fans of Spawn, Daredevil, and the Book of Revelation, this is a series that dares to say something deeper, while still kicking it like a 90s-style comic. Join the mission. Back the hero. Invest in the legend. Alpha Red isn't just another comic. It's the beginning of something bigger.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength